Good morning, students. I am Shomajit sir. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on topic Phylum Daria. This is from the topic invertebrates. So watch the entire video lecture to get basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic Phylum Cnidaria. So let's start with the topic Phylum Cnidaria. You can see one picture given on top. This is an example of Cnidaria. Welcome and see. On the next slide, let's see. Start. So in Phylum Cnidaria, the general characters we see first is grade of organization. In the grade of organization is tissue level, then symmetry, it's radial symmetry, that means the examples, that means jellyfish and all, it can be divided equally in all plane. And the germ layers are diploblastic organism, all right. So germ layers are diploblastic organisms. So diploblastic means presence of two layer, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. The coelom are acellular, so you can see the radial symmetry, diploblastic germ layer. Next we have habit and habitat. So they are aquatic, mostly marine, sessile or free swimming, solitary or colonial. So examples are given in the pictures. Next, digestive system. They have an incomplete digestive system. They are intracellular and extracellular digestion, all right. So they have incomplete digestive system, and the modes are intracellular, extracellular digestion. Respiration is absent, circulatory system is also absent, all right. So respiratory system and circulatory system both are absent. You can see food digestion in hydra given, all right. Tentacles are given, mouths are given. So digestive enzymes released from a gland, you can see soft tissue digested food, particular engulfed, gastrovascular cavity, food particle digested food. So digestive system or intracellular, extracellular digestion takes place. Next we see reproduction. Under reproduction, polyp reproduces asexually, that is budding, and medusa sexually, all right. So polyp reproduces asexually and medusa reproduces asexually. So most are separate sexes, most have a separate sexes, all right. They are not hermaphrodite, they mostly have a separate sex. They have external fertilization and development is indirect, right. So you can see a polyp stage and a medusa stage. So polyp stage are generally asexual, that is, it takes place by means of budding, and medusa stage is mostly sexual stage, all right. So certain unique features are there in the phylum Cnidaria. First is tentacles with cnidoblast, all right. So tentacles are finger-like structures which surrounds the mouth of colenterate, used for food capture and defense mechanism. Colenterate is another name of phylum Cnidaria, all right. So cnidoblast or cnidocytes are stinging cells present on the tentacles and the body with a poison-filled capsule called nematocyst. So cnidoblast is used for encourage, defense, and to capture the prey. So cnidoblast is used for encourage, defense, and capture the prey. You can see the structure of cnidoblast. The trait are given, the nematocysts are given. Alright, so they have a numerous tentacles, they are finger-like projections, they are used for food capture and defense, and they also have a cnidoblast cells or cnidocytes, they are stinging cells. So this cnidoblast is used for anchorage, defense, and to capture the prey, alright. The self-defense, so used for self-defense mechanism. One more unique feature is that the gastrovascular cavity, the colentron, with an opening, that is a mouth on hypostome, all right. So in the hypostome they have an opening called mouth. So you can see the gastrovascular cavity, the hypostome, you can see the mouth and anus, you can see one pore is there, all right. Entire pictures are given. So they also have a unique features of polyp and medusa stage or medusa forms. So these are two types of body forms in the cnidarias. One is polyp, another is medusa. So polyp is tubular, tasked, asexual forms. in asexual forms with upwardly directed mouth and tentacles. Examples we can see in Hydra and Adamsia. So in Hydra, you can see an upwardly directed mouth, that is a polyp stage. And what is a medusa stage? Is an umbrella-like, right? So those organisms is umbrella-like and medusa. They are free swimming. They have asexual forms with downwardly directed mouth and tentacle. So example, you can see Aurelia and jellyfish. So you can see right hand side the Aurelia and jellyfish, that is a medusa stage, and the Anamsania or Hydra is a polyp stage. In the polyp stage, the mouth is on the upper side, and where in Aurelia the mouth is on the, or in the medusa there is a mouth is on the lower side. One more unique features they have an alternation of generation, that is metagenesis. What is metagenesis? Alternation of generation. So it is a phenomenon. So again I repeat, what is alternation generation or metagenesis? So it is a phenomenon shown by some Cnidarians in which polyp produce medusa asexually and medusa form polyps sexually. Example, Obelia. Alright. So in Obelia you can see the alternation of generation. So it again I repeat, it's a phenomenon shown by in some Cnidarians, right, where we can see in Obelia in which polyp produces medusa asexually, whereas medusa produces polyps sexually. So in Obelia we can see both the stages, that is polyp and medusa. All right, that means polyp stage and medusa stage both can be seen. One more unique features they have, that is corals have skeleton made up of calcium carbonate. The corals that are made, the skeletons that are made, you can see mushroom corals, braid corals, madrepora, tubifora. These all corals that have a skeleton made up of calcium carbonate. You can see the anatomy of a stony coral polyp. So coral have a skeleton made up of calcium carbonate. You can see the figure given below. So you can see next corals. It is stable coral. One more, you can see the braid coral, highly magnified view has been given. Next you can see the pillar coral. All are made up of, this entire skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate. Alright. Then you can see Great Barrier Reef of Australia. Alright. So these corals are also made up of calcium carbonate. So here are certain examples of phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Alright. Example first one is Hydrilla. Alright. Obelia, Physalia, Adamsia. Alright. Many more examples are there, you can see. So now we see the phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata characters at a glance. So they have a tissue level organization, they have a radial symmetry, they are diploplastic organism, they are similar met in nature. They are aquatic, that is mostly marine, sexual and free living, solitary or colonial. They have incomplete digestive system, that means they have intracellular extracellular digestion. They don't have respiratory and circulatory system. For reproduction, polyp produces asexually by budding and medusa sexually. So most of sexes are separate there. External fertilization takes place and development is indirect. So certain unique features they have, that is tentacles with cnidoblast. They have a gastrovascular cavity coelentron with an opening, that is mouth and hypostome. Polyp and medusa forms are there, and some show alternation of generation. Corals have skeleton, that is calcium carbonate. So certain examples they have given like Hydra, Obelia, Aurelia, Adamsania and etc. Alright. Thank you, student. This was all about the entire video lecture. Here I've discussed about the topic phylum Cnidaria from the topic invertebrates. So stay at home, stay safe. I'm Shomji sir signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, students.